Snow and Lambeau, Coach. Something about that combo that just works, like peanut butter and jelly. And we've got half a foot of the white stuff and still coming down here in Green Bay. No team means more to a city than the Packers to Green Bay. And this was the scene a few moments ago as the green and gold made their way out of the historic tunnel. They're ready to go as they get set to match up with the Washington Redskins. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. They'll go with Darius Geis, who missed all of 2018 with injury. And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. A Redskin first down. The pickup 15 yards. Another fine carry from the NFL's rushing leader, and quarterbacks typically dominating the MVP balloting, but I think you got to give this guy serious consideration, don't you?
I agree totally. I mean, he's leading the league in rushing, and let's face it, partner, the running back renaissance in the NFL, it's real, and it's really helping teams along the way. He's a prime example. You got to give him strong consideration for MVP talk.
And he'll push this forward only to about the 42-yard line. Adrian Amos up to make the tackle. At the 42-yard line. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Here's Geis. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. Officially no gain on the play, and they're left with a 3rd and 8.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
You can't block me. You can't block me.
3rd down. Here's Haskins. Over the middle, complete. It's Love. And this is going to result in another first down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 41-yard line. It's a gain of 17.
And this is why trying to cover the angle route is so difficult. Anyone playing the linebacker position, when they see a running back out of the backfield widen because he heads towards the flat first, oftentimes you widen too much and overcommit. He cuts up inside, and that's what we saw there. A nice pickup for a first down.
And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. Kenny Clark, the big D tackle there to make the stop. Brings up 2nd and 9.
Check, check. Watch 54. Watch 54. Hey, watch the slant.
On 2nd and 9. Haskins. He's got his running back, Darius Geis. Busting through contact. Just wasn't a huge hole there for him to operate. Stopped just inside the 35-yard line. And they're getting him involved early.
You feel like they saw something on tape, or they just have a sense with him because he's had a good week of practice or something in that area that they want him involved. Just as you said, they want him to touch it either in the running game or the passing game, but they must like the matchups they're getting.
And Geis is going to be stopped short as he did not get the push he needed. He needed 2, he got 1, and that's going to leave him with 4th down and a yard. So now on 4th down, the Redskins will hand things over to their kicker, Dustin Hopkins. This will be from 49 yards out. And this is no good. Close but no cigar, just wide right. And this will remain a scoreless game.
Now, if this was a clear day in September, I'd say this is well within his range. I'd feel very confident about this kick, but let's be honest about it. In these elements, the difficulty level gets ratcheted up by at least a factor of 5.
They'll go with their leading rusher from a season ago. This is Aaron Jones. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 14 yards, good for a Packer first down.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it'll be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
Past the 20. Give him 32 on the play.
It's not a surprise when you read scouting reports and watch tape because you know he's a heck of a player. But he is so difficult to get down in the open field. They just want to get him the ball and let him do his thing.
So after the big play, look at this, all the way down at the 15 now on 1st and 10. Into the red zone, it's Rodgers. And he's got it. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, Packers. DeAndre Hopkins. Touchdown number 18 on the year. As his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Extra point through the snowflakes, up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line.
Let's go.
Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. And they had compiled a pretty long drive last time. Unfortunately, though, it ended with no points after the missed field goal.
And that can hurt the psyche of a team because as they drove downfield, you know you're never supposed to count points in your mind until they go up on the board. But let's face it, we've been there. We've seen teams before. They were counting on those points. They didn't get them. Can they come back now, start over again, and grind it out?
2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on 1st down. Now Haskins to throw it. Looking middle, and it's incomplete.
The goal of anyone running a curl route is to make sure you try and get defenders on your back and shield them away from the football. But sometimes even when you run a good route, the defense finds a way to knock it away.
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. Here's Haskins to throw. He'll have a 1st down past the 40. And finally down at the 41-yard line. 12 yards is the pickup, and it's good for a Washington 1st down.
1st down, Washington.
Completion was given up, but that's why you play zone defense, so that you can have people around the ball when it's caught, and you don't give up much run after the catch.
On the ground, it's Gotw. And they've got it well across midfield, down to the 40 before it's all said and done. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20.
1st down, Redskins.
So into Packer territory now. Here's 1st and 10, right at the 40. Gotw. And this time they were ready for him as he's taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
2nd and 10 at the Packers' 39-yard line.
Now, get in, Reed. Mike 54. All right, T.
Throwing on 2nd down. Haskins. Thomas has got it. Complete. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
They missed a field goal on their last drive. Here they need something to even get into field goal range on 3rd down. Looking to throw, Haskins. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down. Well, the crowd doesn't like that. Was going to bring up 4th, now it's 1st.
They don't like it at all, do they? It brings them back into it, but really not in a positive way. Now they're angry. That can jangle a team a little bit as well. Pass interference ruined that series of downs for them.
And down inside the 15 he goes. 12 yards is the pickup, and it's good for a Washington 1st down. Getting the sense, Charles, they're going to put big emphasis this afternoon on the run game.
And why not? What we're seeing so far, working pretty well from them. And here's the best part. We always talk about the best performers do their job when the lights come on. I think he likes natural light best.
Here's a throw out wide, complete to his running back right side. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
You know what the key to a good screen pass is, don't you?
But you're going to tell me good blocking?
Well, good blocking eventually. But first, it's good acting. You want to let the defenders go past you, leak out to whichever side or even in the middle where you want to set up the screen, and then you do your blocking. How about the read, though, by the defensive guys? They weren't fooled at all and actually ran with the lineman to where the play was and smothered it for a loss of yardage.
That throw good for only a couple. It brings up third down.
And, partner, I think that's a great example that not all tight ends are created equal, because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
And the Packers give him nowhere to go, and they bring him down. Preston Smith in there to get him. Sack number 14 for him on the year. You never want to give up a sack. From the O-line's perspective, they hate it for several reasons, especially because they felt like they let little brother down back there in the pocket.
Oh, no doubt. They have a ton of pride, and they go into every job wanting to keep that guy clean. They want that uniform with no grass stains, no dirt, nothing on it, but it's really, really difficult. You're talking about some terrific athletes who are trying to put him on the ground.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And thus far, the weather has not slowed this offense down one bit. They've looked good so far in the first half.
They certainly have. And think back to our meeting with the head coach. And we asked him, because we saw the forecast for this game, didn't we? We said, hey, have you prepared for this? And he talked about the different drills that they've done in adverse conditions, the wet ball drills, things of that nature. He said, I don't think it's going to slow us down much. We tend to handle it pretty well, and he's been right.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now the pass, and it's into the arms of Hopkins. A gain of 6 there on first. Solid catch there for a man who's been so brilliant this year. Worth pointing out, as we were talking about earlier, there has never in the 60-year history of the award been a pass catcher, tight end, or wide receiver that has taken home the MVP trophy.
And the best receivers I've talked with, they know that stat, and it drives them crazy because they understand that without a quarterback, they don't make the plays that they make. They also don't feel like they get enough credit for bailing out some of the throws the quarterbacks make.
Absolutely. It takes 2 to tango. Give him 15 there, and the Packers have a first.
1st and 10 at the 44-yard line.
Rodgers will bring him up to the line, 1st and 10. And he's a perfect 5 for 5 here to begin the game. Rodgers again now. He finds Hopkins complete. And he'll go out of bounds right around the 40. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down.
People worry about throwing the out route because often it can get jumped, and that can turn into either an incompletion or an interception. But not on that one. Everything came together, and he catches it and goes over the sideline.
4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. Out of the shotgun, it's Jones. And he's taken down inside the 30. It's a gain of 12, and the Packers have the first.
Some big plays in the passing game on this drive, and here's one out of the running game. So the passing game loosening things up.
Now there's room to roam.
After the run by Jones, here's 1st and 10. Working from the gun, Rodgers. He'll get this off to Jamal Williams. I call it no gain there on the 1st down play.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Rodgers eluding and a big loss here as he's taken down. Montez Sweat in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
But nothing takes a start to have a good drive quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
Now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
Now Rodgers. He's going to look deep down the field. And to the 7-yard line, the catch is made. And oh, so close as he takes it all the way to the 2-yard line. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
1st and goal at the 2-yard line.
After the big play, a chance to finish now on 1st and goal.
Hey, Alpha.
They'll try and run it in with Jones. Nothing doing there. They're going to wind up holding him at the 2. No gain there, and it's going to set up second and goal. Second and goal, and they will try again from the 2-yard line. Rodgers now to throw. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Now we got 3rd and goal coming up, and couldn't you imagine being in that huddle, partner? You know they're looking at each other saying, we can't come away with just 3 points after this drive.
Yeah, they've covered a lot of ground. They want more than that 3. This Washington defense, they've stood tall the first 2 plays. Now 3rd and goal. And that's complete to Adams. And he will get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay. Davante Adams, his 11th touchdown of the year. And the Packers are able to stretch that lead out further. Gotw, the extra point, and that pushes the lead up to 11. The kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This is taken at the 3. And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21-yard line.
At their own 21-yard line.
Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. And this not an easy situation. You're down early, in the elements, you're on the road. How do you get the mojo back?
But one thing is to remember that as an offensive player, you have a much better idea of what you're trying to accomplish and where you're trying to go than the defender. So in this case, because you know it, you can make your cuts with a little more decisiveness. Maybe a second fake, some double moves, things of that nature to go ahead and try and put some pressure on the defense.
From the 21, it's 2nd and 10. 2nd and 10. Here's Haskins again. Slings this. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. The 20. Touchdown, Washington. Terry McLaurin, 79 yards, as his guys are back within a single score. And correct me if I'm wrong, that was just a simple fly route, wasn't it?
No, there's nothing to correct at all. You've got it down pat. And I just remember as a player, when I'd be in practice sessions, and I'd hear 9 from the receivers, that meant fly route, go, look out. That was the 9, and he just kept going all the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. About set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Rodgers with a give. It's Aaron Jones. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
Throwing on first down is Rodgers. His throw incomplete. Davante Adams, the intended receiver, and that'll bring up 2nd down. Well, the incompletion, yes, but maybe here not the worst thing in the world?
No, not on 1st and 10. It actually gives them a chance to regroup, relax just a little bit. They huddle up, talk it over. Then they get a chance to continue their drive.
Rodgers will try again on 2nd down. Looking left sideline, but it's incomplete. He was looking for his running back, Aaron Jones, that time. But now it's third down. They don't get the hook up there, but you really have to marvel at how precise he's been throwing the football these last couple weeks.
Oh, that's a perfect word for it, precise, because if you're at 70% or better 2 weeks in a row, you have a job as long as you want one in this league, won't you?
And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, Packers. Aaron Rodgers, 3 first-half touchdown passes. And the Packers are able to stretch that lead out further. And that'll give them a 2-score lead here, but I'm looking ahead. They just want to hold it for the final moments here in the second quarter. They don't want to give up anything on the other side.
No, not at all, because if they don't, it almost had the feel of an imposing their will score. And right now, they want to make sure they keep that and carry it into the second half.
And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. And you're under a minute to go in the
half and see if you can come up with a strategy to play better in the second. But there's also something to challenging your offense right here. You know, hey, guys, you help dig this hole. See if you can get us out of it a little bit before the half runs out. Let's go make some plays.
Haskins now 9 of 11 passing in this first half. He's got his guys at 1st and 10. Now a nice play defensively on first down as this is knocked away and incomplete.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
So 2nd down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40. Again on 2nd and 10, it's Haskins. That's complete to his tight end, Sprinkle. No gain that time on the completion, and it'll be 3rd down. Now Washington going to use the second of their 3 timeouts as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number 1. They wound up getting nothing out of that 2nd down completion, so now here's 3rd and 10.
I can't really even let you play.
Throwing again, here's Haskins. Throwing into traffic there, and that's complete. And he needed to get to the midfield stripe, but he can't do it. He's about a yard short. They do get 9, but it leads to 4th down. So on 4th down, the Redskins will call on Tress Way to punt it away. So we have reached halftime here in an 11-point contest. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, not much has changed since we left you at halftime. The snow is still continuing to fall as we are back underway. This is taken at his 4. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
The Packers take over 1st and 10 at their own 29-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Here's Rodgers. Going to throw again. A dump underneath to Jones. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. It's a gain of 12, and the Packers have the first.
As a passer, you're always trying to find that open window to throw the ball downfield. How about this one? Right in the middle of the field, right in the heart of a defense.
No gain on the dump off. It's 2nd down. The defense loves to hang their hat on that, don't they? You get a guy that catches the ball, but you stop him for no gain.
Without a doubt, because they're also used to trying to catch people after the catch, and they miss. And that turns into what? A huge play. We've seen it so many times. In this case, though, catch was made, put down.
DeAndre Hopkins, he's all alone. Touchdown, Packers. 4 touchdown passes now for Aaron Rodgers. And the Packers are able to stretch that lead out further. Always important to get the first score in the second half. Now you start to pull away a little bit and get some breathing room going.
And now we find out about the fortitude of the group that's behind, because they were counting on getting into the game a little bit more, right? Maybe they get the first score. That doesn't happen. It looks almost insurmountable, but it's not. Let's see how hard they play the rest of the game.
And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
Get that quarterback at all costs.
Now Haskins to throw on 2nd down. Off to Geis on the screen. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
Let's get that. Check out Green.
On 3rd and 1, it's Haskins. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Rashawn Gary coming in to drop him for a loss of 8, and it also brings up 4th. Here's Tressway now. And surprisingly, this is the first punt of the game for either team. That'll be a 48-yard punt, 1 yard on the return. And it'll be Packer football here. First down and 10. About set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line. They are clicking on all cylinders. They seem to be just scoring at will right now, and that's why they've opened up this big lead.
Now, we always talk about getting into the zone, and all athletes are seeking that, aren't they? Where everything is working for them. Every move they make works. It clicks, and they are on point right now.
Yeah, they are in that zone that you're talking about. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Again, it's Jones. And the ball is out. Jones got hit and lost it. Into the Redskins have it, they do.
Playing is... brings so many other factors into the game. It's not just trying to take care of the ball, and we just saw there that that's difficult to do, but just trying to keep your feet and carry out your assignments and make sure you're comfortable while you're out there playing. Are you warm enough in your clothing? A million things going on, but the biggest one, hold on to the ball.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And a fumble last time. Ball security. Talk about it all the time in the National Football League. They've got to be better at it on this drive.
Don't you think that when every team gets together for the first time, I don't care if it's OTA.
And that's caught inside the 30. It's a gain of 34.
Just more of the same there, partner. Guys have just been running free in the secondary this entire game. No pass rush, a lot of passes completed. Been an easy day for them.
So now then, the big play has them all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. 11 yards and a Green Bay Packer first down.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense, because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
Hey, 88.
The first carry now for the BYU man. It's Jamal Williams. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Now keep in mind, if you're thinking of staying on the ground, this is a top 5 rush defense.
Yeah, but I don't think you shy away totally with the run. At least show them the hint of a run before you decide to throw the football.
On 2nd down now, it's Jones. And they get to him quickly here as he's stopped right around the 13. The second down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there.
Well, that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun, and they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short game.
It's complete to Hopkins. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. It'll be a gain of 8, but it'll also lead to a 4th down. And the 13-year man puts it through. And that will extend their lead even further. A good drive gets them inside the 5, but they could not punch it in.
And credit the defense, too. Make sure that happens because that was the old bend but don't break approach. Made sure they contained them when they absolutely had to and forced the field goal attempt that went through.
Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. They're down 3 touchdowns to this point, needing to put something together as they have it 1st and 10. The run on 1st down gets them a couple up to the 27. And now time will be called here as we've got an injured Redskin down on the field. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. On 2nd down, here's Haskins. Taken in by Sprinkle, a little pitch and catch. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Haskins now 14 out of 17, 82%, and it's 1st and 10. On 1st down, it's Haskins. And a scary incompletion, almost picked off. It would have been their first INT of the game. Instead, 2nd down.
It leads to 2nd and 10.
So line of scrimmage still the 39 on 2nd and 10. Off the play fake. Here's Haskins. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And that one incomplete. They tried to sneak in a deep ball with the clock running down, but to no avail as time will expire on this 3rd quarter of play. The Redskins on 3rd down, 3 for 7 so far in this game. This is 3rd and 10. 3rd down, here's Haskins. He's going to let this one go for Latimer, and that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. The Redskins now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Their already slim hopes are going to ride on this one. They'll go on 4th down. 4th down, here's Haskins. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Josh Jackson. And he's going to take this one back to the 37-yard line. Defensively, that Time they were in zone coverage as a rookie QB, what lesson can you learn there?
Well, understand this. You saw zone in college, and the defensive backs reacted, but they don't react like they do on this level. So when they're in zone and they see the ball coming to them, they'll react at least a half a second faster. You've got to know where you want to go with the ball and be decisive with it. Otherwise, the end result can be something you don't like.
And he'll snag about 5 yards down to the 32.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
Again, it's Williams. He winds up getting only a couple there, down to the 29.
In order to play a really good run defense when you're playing a 3-4, those three guys up front, the nose tackle and the guys they call the defensive ends, they're usually big people because they're going to have to eat up a lot of blockers because it's usually 5-on-3. And when they do their job well, guys who play on the inside, those inside linebackers, they're able to just roam and hit.
The Packers on third down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. This time it's 3rd and 3. They'll try and run for it. Here's Williams. Yeah, Williams is going to be stopped short of the yellow line. He did not get there. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
I have zero rooting interest in either team in this game. I only want a good game. But with all the offense we've seen from them tonight, it's kind of nice to see the defense step up and make a big play.
Yeah, I was wondering if they were ever going to get him in the backfield. Nice to see him get a stop. Well, they can probably live with that with this late lead in the 4th quarter. That's one of the few things that's gone wrong.
You're exactly right. This one was well in hand. That kick there was more for cosmetics, you know, to add to their score. Not getting it, that shouldn't harm them at all.
Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. Now Haskins. And that is incomplete. He was trying to get that to Bryce Love out of the backfield. And it's 3rd and short. Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
The Redskins on 3rd down. They've converted 3 times in 8 chances. This time they face a 3rd and 2. It'll be Love to try and get the first. Boy, no chance as he was met and dropped behind the line there. The defense stiffens to force 4th down following that first down gain of 8. Here's Tressway now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And look at this. It's a fake. And the gamble pays off. They get the first. Anxious moments there on the fake, but they do get just enough to pick up the first down. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this 2nd half. Here's 1st and 10. Now Haskins on 1st down. They'll tussle for it, and this is going to be caught. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. A good pickup there, 21 yards.
First down, Washington.
So into Packer territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 32-yard line. On 1st and 10, it's Haskins. Oh, he got Position on him, and he pulls it in. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. Give him 30 yards there. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. It'll be a loss of 1, and that'll bring up a 2nd and goal. Now it's Haskins. Escaping the pressure right. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down. Well, I kind of got to give him credit. Another incompletion there, yes, but he's still trying to make plays outside the pocket.
Yeah, he's been hemmed in for much of the game. How about him getting outside there? And that's what you want to see from your quarterback. He's not giving up on this game.
And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Washington. Bryce Love with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Redskins are able to cut into that deficit. Now it's Hopkins to add the extra point. And the lead will be cut down to 14.
Makes the score Packers 31, Redskins 17.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And a couple yards deep, he'll go to a knee. He won't return it. And they'll take it out to the 25. About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line.
Let's go.
He'll have a 1st down past the 40. And finally brought down at the 38. That one good for 37 yards. That's the run he's been waiting for, Charles. He's been bottled up all game. That run alone got him more yards than he had in all his previous carries combined.
And don't think for a second he doesn't know that, because every back that I know can almost calculate every yard with every step that they take. Had to be frustrated because of what's happened during the game. Has to feel a lot better after that run.
No gain on the play. 2nd and 10 at the 39-yard line.
2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Packer football here as we welcome you back. And the scoreboard on their side, they're just looking to melt away these final couple of minutes and put this one in the left-hand column. Off the draw, here's Williams. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down. And the Redskins have an extra man in the secondary here on 3rd. They run it again with Williams. And he'll only get this to about the 35, well short of the line to gain. Now Washington going to use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as they stop it prior to what will be an important 4th down. Here's J.K. Scott now, as he should be able to pin him back deep here with his first punt. Trailing here in the second half, went for the aggressive play, got a little too aggressive.
You've got to know when to pull up, or if you're going to go for it, how to take your body across a punter's body and not into him. Not a good play at all.
So a big break. The roughing the kicker called on 4th down leads to 1st and 10.
Play on the keeper. It's a loss of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 21-yard line.
You better bring it. I'm letting you know right.
The Packers looking to get out of here with a win as they take the knee. The D can only stop it one more time as they take the knee. So it's all over. A Green Bay victory. And despite the cold, despite the snow, this one was fun to watch, and I want to thank you for bringing two things, the space heater and the hot chocolate. Those were a big help for us here in the booth.
Yeah, just so you know, in the future, get your own space heater. Okay, I'm an only child. I don't share very often. But this had to bring out, like, the 12-year-old in us, didn't it? I mean, to be able to watch this, and let's face it, when you were that age, you didn't come inside until Mom screamed, "Get inside now, young man," because you wanted to be out there just having a good time. And actually, you almost forgot just how cold it was. I'm sure these guys didn't, but they ended up playing just like those 12-year-olds and getting it done.
So for Green Bay, the streak lives as they move to 13-0 now on the year. And they'll get to stay home again next week. Meanwhile, for the Redskins, it's a loss that could have implications on the playoff race as they fall to 9-4. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week.